The lights inside the Grand Theater of America's Got Talent slowly dim, leaving only a soft golden glow across the massive stage. The audience buzzes with excitement, expecting another high-energy performance, maybe a dance crew, a powerhouse vocalist, or a daring stunt act. But instead, from the side of the stage, an elderly woman appears. She is 87 years old. Her steps are slow and careful. Her hands tremble slightly as she leans on a simple wooden cane. Her clothes are neat but clearly worn with age. A faded cardigan, carefully buttoned, and shoes that have seen many winters. Holding her other hand is a tiny 4-year-old girl. The contrast is striking. The little girl wears a simple dress with small flowers printed on it. Her shoes are slightly too big, probably donated. Her hair is tied into 2 small ponytails, slightly uneven, as if her grandmother tried her best to fix them backstage. The audience grows quiet. The camera pans toward the judges' table, where Simon Cowell raises an eyebrow with curiosity. Beside him, Heidi Klum leans forward gently, already sensing something emotional. Sofia Vergara whispers softly, "Oh my goodness," while smiling warmly at the child. The grandmother and granddaughter reach the center of the stage. For a moment, they simply stand there. The spotlight shines down on them. 2 fragile figures in a massive theater filled with thousands of strangers.
Simon speaks first.
"Hello, what are your names?" The elderly woman clears her throat. Her voice shakes slightly, not from fear but from age. "My name is Margaret," she says softly, "and this is my granddaughter, Lily." The little girl waves shyly at the judges. The audience responds with gentle applause and a few affectionate awe sounds. Simon nods. "And how old are you, Margaret?" "I'm 87, she answers with a small smile. The crowd gasps quietly. 87 years old, standing on one of the biggest stages in the world. "And Lily?" Heidi asks sweetly. "I'm 4, the little girl says proudly, holding up 4 tiny fingers. The theater melts. Simon leans forward again. "So, tell me, why did you decide to come on this stage?" Margaret pauses. This question carries weight. She looks down at Lily for a second, squeezes her tiny hand, and then looks back up at the judges. "Well," she begins slowly, "we don't really have a home right now." The theater becomes completely silent. "We've been staying in shelters for the past year. After my daughter passed away, I became Lily's guardian. I'm doing my best. But sometimes life," her voice cracks slightly, "life can be very hard." The camera captures audience members already wiping their eyes. Margaret continues, "The one thing that kept us strong was singing together. Every night before bed, no matter where we were, we sang. In the car, in the shelter, outside under the stars, we sang." Little Lily looks up at her grandmother with pure admiration. Simon's serious expression softens. "And what does singing mean to you?" Sophia asks gently. Margaret smiles at Lily before answering. "It means hope. The word hangs in the air. Hope." "For 87 years, Margaret continues, "I've seen a lot. I've lost people I loved. I've lost my home. But I haven't lost my faith. And I don't want Lily to grow up remembering struggle. I want her to remember this moment, standing brave." The audience begins clapping softly, moved by her strength. Simon nods slowly. "That's very brave of you. And what are you going to sing?" Margaret looks at Lily again. Lily squeezes her hand tighter. "A song about love," Margaret says quietly. "Because that's all we have." The camera cuts backstage where production members watch with emotional expressions. Even crew members seem touched. Heidi places her hand over her heart. Sophia's eyes glisten. Simon takes a deep breath and says, "Whenever you're ready." Margaret steps closer to the microphone. It's slightly too tall, so a stage assistant quickly lowers it for her. The audience chuckles softly at the tender moment. Lily stands on her tiptoes beside her grandmother. Before the music begins, Margaret kneels slowly, despite her age, and whispers something into Lily's ear. "Remember," she says gently, "we sing with our hearts." Lily nods seriously. Margaret struggles slightly as she stands back up. The audience watches with respect and admiration. This isn't just an audition, it's courage in motion. The lights dim further. The spotlight tightens. You can almost hear people holding their breath. In a world where flashy performances and big production often dominate the stage, here stand two souls with nothing but a shared bond and a simple dream. The piano intro begins softly. Margaret closes her eyes. Lily looks up at her grandmother one more time, and just before the first note is sung, the camera captures something unforgettable. Two generations, one fragile with age, one innocent with youth, both holding on to each other as if the world outside the theater doesn't exist. The entire room feels it. This is no longer just a performance. This is survival. This is love. This is hope about to be sung. And the first note is about to change everything.